Hello one and all, and welcome to YouTuber Review, a show where we go through some of the biggest names in YouTube and analyze them for their quality of content, the current status of their channels, and the personalities they put behind it, while at the same time giving them a minor helping of criticism, but only as long as you spell minor like this. On our last episode, the Mighty Wheel of Selection chose none other than YouTube storyteller himself, Luna. A man who, after several years of being on YouTube, still somehow has not run out of stories to tell, yet still seems to use the same exact gameplay recordings over and over and over again. So I'd just like to apologize to you guys in advance in case a lot of the background video that I use in this review, well, it seems kind of repetitive because, well, you'll see very soon. Everything is CSGO Surf gameplay. But I will hold off on that for now. We'll try and keep it civil here for just a little bit, because we have to go into what Luna does, and that is his life stories. Basically, the videos aren't the videos themselves, it's what stories he's telling, so you're basically listening to his videos as a form of a podcast, so you can just have it playing as you're doing something else in other tabs. You don't even really have to watch the video. So it's very clear, if you go to watch a Luna video, you're not there for the video itself, you're there for the story. So what are the stories really like? And the answer to that is actually quite varied. But before we do get too deep into his channel, let's just get right into it. Because, you know, this is just the intro after all. Let's get into the review. The YouTube storyteller known as Luna, according to his About page, joined the wonderful website known as YouTube on April 27th, 2014, and as far as his description go, it says his name and says sup. You know, I think this might hold the record for the shortest description we've seen thus far. Congratulations, I guess. But over this 2 years he's been on this website, he's already gained himself quite the major following. I mean, honestly, look at that number. That is far too many life stories for one man to reasonably tell. And as far as other content for Luna goes, well, he does have a second channel by the name of More Luna, which by the way has 100,000 subscribers, has only 4 videos, that the last one was uploaded 5 months ago, and the About page is completely empty. Oh my god. So yeah, it's pretty safe to say that this second channel of his, well, it's pretty much abandoned at this point. But back to his regular channel, which he has been posting on for around 2 years now, and it's around that time that he uploaded the first video to his channel as well. And of course, that video was a life story by the name of Almost Burned My House Down Life Story. And I gotta give him credit where it's due, because for a first video on his channel, the clickbait on it was pretty minimal. I mean, the implications of the title itself, yes, that's just right there. I burned my house down, so yeah, people are definitely gonna click that. But you know, could be a lot worse. So let's just go ahead and take a look at it. Almost Burned Down My House Life Story.
So my buddy's like, oh, you know, fire's dying down. It's the wood isn't burning enough. You know, get more gas. I'm like, no, there's no way we're gonna. I predicted it. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna set my house on fire. We're not doing that, because we already learned from the first time. It's gets big. So he's like, dude, just come on, it'll be fine. You know, just get the gasoline. I'm like, fine. So I got it. And I stood from afar, and I, ran, and I tried to shoot the gasoline.
Alright, from this video we can tell a few things in particular, because, well, he didn't even turn down the game volume. It was still playing in the background, I'm sure you could hear it. And of course, he is playing Titanfall, so, I mean, at least it's not CSGO Surf. Now, of course, he does pause a lot during this video and puts in a lot of ums and yeahs. But in this case, he does seem to generally be doing this in one take, so that can kind of be, you know, excused in this one because he is going off of memory. So at least in this case, it's not just him trying to push the video over to 10 minutes for the extra ad revenue, because, well, this video in particular didn't even make it to 7 minutes. Hell, most of his videos don't make it to 10 minutes. A lot of them just seem to hover around that 5-6 minute window. Now, of course, there are the ones that do exceed 10 minutes, but in the case of scrolling through his channel, it seemed that there was only one 10-minute video per every 30 videos posted, so he's not just going for money. However, something that's gotten worse that wasn't prevalent in the beginning of his channel is, well, the clickbait, because as you can see from just this first few videos of his here, Yeah, all capital titles. And keep in mind at this point that, well, he has been telling these stories almost every day for about 2 years now, and still, the stories keep getting more and more insane. So obviously, this has made a few people pretty suspicious. Because honestly, how often can one man realistically get mugged? Because it seems like he has one of these stories a week on his channel. Because honestly, at this point, he should be dead. Enter the exposed videos. This one in particular being made by Hey Watch Your Mouth, or Nick Cash. We talked about him earlier this week. And in this video, Nick makes the accusation that all of Luna's life stories are either staged, completely made up, or highly exaggerated. And he uses a few of his videos to prove this point, but really they're life stories and there's no way to prove if they actually happened or if they didn't happen. And while yes, it is extremely strange that Luna has not run out of life stories. I mean, he must have the most interesting life in the fucking world at this point. Really, there's no way to tell if these things actually did or didn't happen. Now, I don't know the guy in real life, so I can't really judge on this, but it's just a little bit fishy to say the least. I mean, the videos themselves, he does portray them like they are actual events that actually happened to him, so there's really no way that we'll ever be able to tell which is real and which is fake, if any are fake. And the reason I do this is because this does seem like a pretty big dent in his reputation, and really, I felt that I should just put it in here. It's something that definitely needed to be mentioned. All I know is, being someone that does life stories myself, doing it for 2 years almost every day, I would have run out of ideas a month ago. But as far as stories goes, there are drug stories, police stories, crazy fan stories, getting mugged stories, hooker stories, and the list goes on and on. It seriously does not stop. There's just an endless amount of topics that he talks about. But honestly, the newest video that he came out with wasn't really a life story, and we will take a look at it later, but not right now. So let's just take a look at his newest life story by the name of I Was Actually Hacked.
And today's video, sorry it's going up so fucking late. Like, literally, this is probably the latest I've uploaded in months. And it fucking sucks dick, dude, because I remember being able to upload like every night at this time because it's summer, but it's over. But anyway, today's video, I've mentioned this before, but I've had a bunch of older like accounts and like older experiences involved with like hackers and people like taking my shit and stuff. But I mentioned in those videos that I never had someone fuck with my like Luna accounts. Like, I never got my main YouTube and like Twitter hacked. And recently, something happened.
And again, this is another life story. It's basically the same exact format as the first one. He introduces it, he tells you the story, and basically says how it's resolved and everything's good at this point. Except now there's just the same CSGO gameplay that we've seen in the background of every single one of his videos, and I'm pretty sure at this point he just reuses it. But really, this story seems like an actual one that happened, because something like this, I don't think that you would really lie about something like that. And generally, it was a pretty good story and pretty entertaining. You know, the only thing that would need to be changed is a more engaging background video, because I'm pretty sure we've already seen this about 20 times by now. And that's the thing about every one of Luna's videos. It's basically the same exact video over and over. I'm pretty sure that he just reuses gameplay, and the only difference to be seen is the story that he's telling for that particular video. Now, I know that I said this is kind of a podcast approach, but really it would help your channel immensely to put some kind of editing into it. Or, you know, at least use some different games. Is that too hard to ask? Because really, it seems on this channel for at least the last year, the only gameplay to be used has been CSGO Surf. Or at the very least, and I mean the very, very least, please use some other maps. You've used like the same 5 over and over. But now that his content is basically covered, let's take a look at who Luna is as a person. Well, first things first, his name is Austin. He looks a little something like this. From his newest Facecam Q&A, he seems to be covering up his chin a bit, so it looks like we have a second Leafy on the way. He used to go by the name Austin FFA or Austin Free For All. He has had a few animations of his life stories made and posted to his channel. He has an outro that basically looks a little something like this. During his entire time on YouTube, he seems to have only used 3 different games, those being CSGO Surf, Call of Duty, and as we saw in his first video, Titanfall. I'm not sure exactly where he lives, but from his stories we can tell that's probably the most violent place in the world. And in his free time, he enjoys getting mugged by little kids. But I do think at this point that we know just about enough about Luna to make a final rating for his channel. So if you are unaware of how we rate channels on the show, we normally rate them come under 4 different categories. A 9 to 10 gets them a subscribe, a 6 to 8 gets them a check them out, a 4 to 5 gets them a maybe watch one of their videos and draw your own opinion, and then a 1 to 3 gets them an avoid at all costs. So where exactly does Luna stand on this scale? For now, honestly, I'm forced to give him a high 5, or check him out and make your own opinion, because honestly, at this point, his content it's just repetitive at this point. Now, don't take this as I hate him, I think that he's a bad content creator. No, I actually like Luna, I'm subscribed to him, I think he's a good person. Just his content, well, it's been basically using the same exact CSGO gameplay over and over in every single video, and his only content is life stories. I feel like his content has just been stagnated at this point, and he's just locked himself into this one genre, and the closest thing I can compare it to is Watch Mojo, pumping out the same type of video every day, only with a different topic each time. And the reason why I hate giving him a 5 is I know that Luna is capable of doing much more. He just really needs to start branching out into other genres, and I think it will help his channel immensely. Honestly, Luna, I think you should start experimenting and adding a bit of diversity to your content selection, because in the long run, I think it will really help out your channel. Anyways, guys, with that being said, let's go ahead and spin the mighty wheel of selection. Yeah, I know I'm reacting to this in post right here, but yeah, I probably jumped up so fucking high in my chair as soon as I saw this, because holy shit, Game Grumps, I cannot wait for this, let's go. Anyways, guys, thank you all so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please hit that like button, and if you really liked it, hit that subscribe button. I would love a new addition to the Snake Army. Be sure to check out yesterday's video, which we don't have on screen at the moment, but it was the launch series of the mini reviews, your guys' channels. Honestly, I think that's gonna be a great series. I like seeing what you guys do in the community, and so far it seems like you guys have been enjoying the series itself. But yeah, definitely go check out Luna. I have his image on screen right now. It's just some CSGO Surf gameplay, I know, but it is a link to his channel, so go ahead and click that, check him out, make your own opinions on him. I did honestly want to give him a higher score than a 5, but really, his channel, it's just been stagnated too much at this point. I couldn't justify giving him anything higher. Still doesn't mean that his videos aren't entertaining. They really are. Go check them out. And speaking of entertaining people, why not check out Lord Bung? He is the second option on the screen there. He makes animations, basically the Adult Swim of YouTube. Go ahead, check him out. Let him know I sent you. It's definitely worth it. Also, make sure to go follow me on Twitter for my shit posts, and also help me decide future videos. But anyways, guys, I will see you on the next one tomorrow. Whiplash signing out.